He says, if we're going to get a new quarterback, then let's get the best one. The problem is, who's the best one?
Yeah, and that's also like very subjective because you could look at last year's draft class, right? Cleve. Yeah, Daniels has been looking like very good, star quarterback. Let's just go back to Brock Purdy like 2 years ago. He was drafted in the 7th round. Like he's playing pretty legit football 3 years ago, whatever it was. So like that's. Are you going to reach for a quarterback like Atlanta did for Penix Jr.?
Well, that's just another whole thing of insanity. That's a whole other thing. But we talked about it before. But let's get into this part of it there because it says let's get the best one. Let's go over real quick. Here's the first overall picks at quarterback specifically. 2020, Joe Burrow. That's a win. Okay,
Big
I think the Bengals won that one. 2019, Kyler Murray. That's like an incomplete. Like I can't sit there and say they won. 2018, Baker Mayfield. That's a loss. 2016, Jared Goff. They traded him away, so that's a loss. 2015, Jameis Winston. That's a loss. 2012, Andrew Luck. That's a win. That one I'll give you a win on. Cam Newton, 2011. Yeah, that's a win. Sam Bradford, 2010. Definitely a loss. Matt Stafford, 9. That's a win. Jamarcus Russell, 07. That's about as big a loss as you get. So
is that a punt?
You're
talking, he's a big
dude. Alex Smith is a half a point. I mean, he's not the worst pick that you ever seen, but he's not the guy that led them anywhere big. That's my whole point. Is that people act like he's the first overall pick and you're going to get this great quarterback.
Listen, Alex Smith was the best average quarterback out there.
Oh yeah, and Bryce Young, we didn't put that on the list because the list must have been a couple years old. So I mean, again, the amount of wins at the number 1 overall pick quarterback are a lot larger than the wins. So most years it's a quarterback that goes first overall. And we just picked 3 in 20 years that were winners? 2 halves? Everybody else was losers?
Yeah. Especially for the organization that was drafting him. Because you could say like Baker, he's having a good career, but he was not a win for Tampa Bay. Or for Cleveland. He's a win for Tampa.
But I mean, I wouldn't even say he's a win for anybody at the number 1 overall pick. You got better expectations than being a mid quarterback in this draft in this NFL, and that's what he is. He's a mid quarterback. Not trying to disrespect the man, but the guy's playing with Mike Evans, who's one of the best receivers of all time, probably the most underrated, and got
he's got Godwin. He's got
offensive line, got Godwin, got a team that went for the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. Again. I'm not as big on him. I think he's not a bad quarterback. I just think as a number 1 overall pick, that's not a good thing. So like I said,
you're way higher on Baker than I was, but I have to say he's been playing better.
He's a legit starter, and that's what I said. He is a legit starter. But when I draft somebody number 1 overall, I don't need a legit starter. I need a championship caliber stud starter. Not to steal Gettleman's phrase here, but you want a gold jacket guy when you draft that high, and he's not wrong. There's a lot of things Gettleman said that are wrong. That's one of the things that is not.
Yeah.
You expect to pick, when you pick that high, to go ahead and get a guy who's a future Hall of Famer and an all-time great for your organization. That's what you expect.
If you like that clip, then you will love the full episodes too. Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please subscribe.